What is going on, IVE Warriors? So today we're going to talk about how to stop food cravings. And this is important for intermittent fasting for sure. And even if you're doing any diet to try to lose weight. All right, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Quickly before we start, since we are talking about how important protein is and how much I love protein, let me show you a little bit of magic, or magic spoon, if you will. With a high protein content of 13 to 14 grams of protein per serving, low carb, just 4 grams of net carbs per serving, and it's keto friendly, zero sugar. That's right, zero sugar with natural flavors, grain free and gluten free. Magic Spoon brings you back to your childlike wonder, where you could just eat cereal and not have to think about the health implications of that, because that's what we did a lot when we were children. Now, it's not that we wanted to necessarily stop eating it, but we just knew that it wasn't the best thing. But now with Magic Spoon, that whole notion of cereal not being the best thing could be thrown by the wayside, because Magic Spoon is actually a cereal that you can pour milk on and has all these different flavors. We're talking fruity flavors, cookies and cream, honey nut flavors, all of these different flavors. And it's a protein meal, a quick meal that you can put together. It's absolutely amazing. The flavors is just bananas. And you know what's the number one best test to see if these things actually taste good? Children. If you have children and you let them taste these bad boys, don't tell them anything. Just give them new cereal and let them tell you what the flavor is. Both my daughters are literally running through all of my Magic Spoon boxes. I have to hide these boxes from them. That's how good they actually are. Magic Spoon is the proud sponsor of this video, and I definitely want you guys to check these cereal boxes out. They're fantastic. Click the link below to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use the promo code FLEDGE5 at checkout so you can get $5 off any order. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed by a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Now let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, so one of the things that you have to realize when you're trying to stop food cravings are what are triggers for you to have food cravings. What would make you want to eat when you know that you probably shouldn't be eating right now, or you may be overeating at this point? Number one is access. Access to the foods will make it very easy for you to make that decision to say, oh, you know what, let me go ahead and eat because, you know, it's here and I kind of desire it right now. You need to ensure that you're not purchasing foods that will make you eat on a whim. Things like chips or, you know, pastries or cakes and stuff like that you can eat on a whim at any moment. You can just grab and eat. If there's no barrier to entry, it's gonna be easier for you to make that decision to actually eat when you know that you shouldn't be eating at that time. A lot of people will tell you, hey, listen, just listen to your body, just eat what you want, just eat whenever you want, but that is not the case. That doesn't help you lose weight. Can it help you with your maybe psychologically in terms of being more calm and more without care? Yes, studies have shown that. But if you care about losing weight, or if you care about maintaining weight, there's things there are interventions that you have to apply, and this is one of them. Reducing your access. Just don't buy snacky foods. If you know that you're going to want to go to the cupboard and start eating, or go to the counter and start grabbing some pastries. The harder it is for you to prepare the food, the more likely it is for you to not want to go through that barrier of entry before you eat. Another thing are associative triggers. One huge associative trigger that a lot of people deal with is watching television, for example. A lot of people associate food with television. You eat popcorn when you go to the movies. You eat popcorn at home when you're watching a movie. When you have a movie night or something. When you're with your friends and you're watching a football game, you're gonna order food. When you're watching a boxing event, you're going to have some food if you have people over. If you're watching any type of special event on TV and there's family coming over, let's say that you even if you're watching New Year's Eve, the New Year's ball drop, you're gonna have family over, and what are you gonna do? More than likely, you're gonna eat. So TV ends up getting very highly associated with food. So if you've eaten already and you watch TV, you may still feel hungry and have cravings because your body is going to start creating that association. Oh, now you're watching TV? Well, then now you need to eat some food. You're going to have to break that association. One of the best ways to do it is what I talked about in the first thing. Just don't have the snack. Just don't make the barrier to entry that easy. Another way is to literally be aware of this and make sure that you're eating, that you're full, that you've eaten all the food that you need to eat for the day right before you start watching TV. So don't eat and watch TV. Just separate them. That way your body won't be hungry because you've already eaten before watching TV, and you will start to train your body and your hormones to understand that when you watch TV, it don't mean nothing. It doesn't mean that you're gonna eat. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna eat. It has no association. But if you consistently always just eat when you're watching TV, then watching TV will trigger an association with your body to crave, to release what's called ghrelin, which is the hunger hormone, to get you to eat a snack that if you have a readily available snack to grab, it's gonna be easy for you to say, okay, I give in, let's go ahead and eat. Reducing highly palatable foods is the third and final item. There are more things that you can do, but I feel like these are one of the biggest things that trigger food cravings and you acting on those food cravings. There's a difference between having food cravings and just letting it go by, and acting on it because it's just such a desire to eat. Eating highly palatable foods consistently, they garner a lot of calories while making you feel not as satiated as you should feel when eating that amount of calories. So what does that mean? A lot of calories being like 600, 700 calories and like 2 donuts, but you still feel hungry. So there's no satiety there. You don't feel full when you eat those 2 donuts. Therefore, you're gonna be eating more. And it's not about how full you feel or the mass of food that you consume. It's about the amount of energy that you consume, which is the calorie count. So even though 2 donuts don't look like much, the calorie count is so high that you are overeating in terms of gaining weight. So a big plate of food that has like steak and broccoli and stuff can literally be filling and be much more mass than 2 donuts, but actually have less calories, believe it or not. So you have to be cognizant of the calories that you're eating and be aware that highly palatable foods tend to have high calories, but also tend to be non-satiating. So just be mindful of that, because those things are going to constantly get you to eat because they're highly palatable, which means that they can be very addictive to eat, but they also don't feel filling, and the calories are so high. So you'll end up going above your calorie count while not even feeling satisfied to begin with, which is just horrific. That's not the experience that you want to have. If you're going to meet your calorie count for the day, I'm sure you would much rather feel full and satisfied at the end of the day. Those are the 3 things that you can do to fight against cravings. And if you're doing intermittent fasting, this should be very helpful for you. If you're doing any other type of diet, this should be helpful for you not to break the regimen that you're currently on, so that you can go ahead and actually reach your weight loss goals. Until the next one, guys, peace out.